I'd like to do a quick shout out to those that have donated to the channel. Appreciate it. Yeah, you guessed it. I bet you a lot of you people saw this one coming. After I did my Firestorm video, I saw the reception of it and I thought, why not? And plus, you guys knew it was coming. I mean, I planned on doing it anyway. I mean, because you saw how hacksy Firestorm was. A character like Captain Atom is kind of similar to him, kind of similar to Silver Surfer with matter manipulation. This dude is the quantum energy deity, basically, and I'm gonna show you why and how a lot of forms of media don't really portray him the best. At the top left of the Justice League Unlimited show, did a decent job at portraying, but not really the best it could have. Some certain things, misconceptions, and different evolutions of Captain Atom. And let's dig into him, shall we, and dissect this ridiculously powerful being. First of all, Captain Atom has been a part of all the major organizations like the Justice League Europe. He has allies like Booster Gold, Power Girl. His enemies are like Major Force and characters like Maxwell Lord. Nathaniel Atom was a captain in the U.S. Military Air Force in 1968. He was actually framed for a crime by this guy named General Ealing. Yeah, twisted people. Which will result in like the death penalty. Like, I've never been a fan of the death penalty in real life, especially if it's not absolutely concrete. He was then given the opportunity to be a part of an experiment to actually be able to clear his name, but at risk, obviously, right? As you all know the risks. When you get created to be somebody this powerful, you can't have the chance of not dying, right? This would actually give him a presidential pardon. Nathan was actually put on a ship, an alien ship made of this special metal, seemingly or supposedly indestructible type of metal. Coincidentally, it was called Dillusteel, Dillusteel, to test its durability by nuking it, yeah. But of course, things gotta go wrong in DC, and that's how superheroes are born, right? So something ended up going wrong, the metal ended up fusing with him. This led to him being able to control energies like the quantum field. And an added benefit is that it sent him 20 years into the future. His life had drastically changed. He kind of lost his wife. His normal life, normal family is not really the same no more and probably will never be. When you type in what is quantum energy on Google, quantum energy in physics, discrete natural unit or packet of energy, charge, angular momentum, or other physical properties. These particular light packets of light are called photons, a term as applicable to quanta of other forms of electromagnetic energy, such as X-rays and gamma rays. This is the type of stuff he can control, manipulate, and power by that type of thing, quantum energy. Captain Atom naturally gave him super strength, speed, matter manipulation, energy projection, pretty much every form of energy. The man very versatile, makes him be able to do a lot of different things. Even it gives him quantum powered super strength. So now he has ridiculously super strength. On what level, you ask? Well, he's in the Superman range for sure, but I'm gonna go over that in quite a bit. Let me go over some of his other stuff right fast. All right, let's get into it. For starters, he has been shown to have resistance to telepathy, so you can't just mind destroy him and call it a day. Let's be honest, most powerhouse beings in DC or Marvel, when you're at a certain level, have resistance to telepathy. Like literally multiple occasions of him having anti-telepathy. You ain't gonna just beat me in no cheap old fashion where you can just telepathically knock me out. That's what Captain Atom has to say about it. You ain't just beat me. You better fight me in a slugfest to beat me. Yeah, he's a scientific being technically, but it also offers him magical protection, which is crazy. States here, magical energy, there is too much for your unique metallic skin and non-magical power inside you. That energy, it's like anti-magic. See that? He's able to, yep, this is the occasion here. You can hit him with amount of energy, but he can double it and send it back if he wants. And he can create energy shields, no surprise there. I actually wish he would show more occasions of his matter manipulation though, if I would to be honest. He has transmutations like turning arrows into freaking butterflies, just awesomeness. Naturally, he can disintegrate swords, can disintegrate a guy just by touching him, turns a gun into a toy. He transformed this being into his bulky form to a human mode, kind of like some depowering type stuff. He did this by rearranging his atoms. States here, yes, because I know what I can do. I can manipulate atoms. Lore for you. To really get an idea of how powerful the characters like this is, you got to get an idea, not only is he hacksy, but he has some pretty decent blast power. Not straight up punching you. This is still a form of attack power, but he can punch you and make Superman level characters hurt too. But if he wants to, I can stay far away, use energy, blast power, offensive abilities. Like doing so on this occasion, blast power is able to damage Metron's chair. He beats up this being known as Shadow Storm, kind of equivalent to Firestorm, like a being that's equivalent to him. Elemental, Firestorm Elemental. It's like the opposite of the Firestorm Elemental, Shadow Storm. That makes sense? He even has so much blast power, but you know how the multiverse is. You know how there's different versions of every character, different versions of Superman, different versions of Wonder Woman, different versions of Martian Manhunter, and every hero known to man is like a different version of him. Well, tell me why with one type of a blast power from Captain Atom, he was able to knock out an alternate version of Martian Manhunter. Yeah, this is not the real Martian Manhunter, but he has plenty of feats, which I'm probably going to show you in this video, that proves he's definitely in the real Martian Manhunter's level of power, or even above. That's crazy, right? He can change the frequencies of his energy to make them unadaptable. Huh? How does that work? So this is being known as OMAC Prime. He takes all the energy out of the OMAC Prime and proceeds to destroy it. Even when weakened, he can do this to giant OMACs, just to let you know. Captain Atom is just very impressive, man. Let me talk about a little bit of his quantum energy manipulations and the different functions of it, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is absolutely ludicrous. There was this time he actually created a universe, like his own universe where everything was quite differently. As you can see here, it's like his own dimension. This is absolutely crazy. Ends up destroying it later on though. Looks like it has multiple planets, stars, and etc. in it, even galaxies and stuff. In this universe, he found out his dog died, but he destroys the universe and recreates it again with his dog being alive. Like, he loves his dog. I love my dog too. I can't judge him. See, that's how you see it right there. He actually ends up doing this process 3 times. He can't make up his mind. He erases being known as Neil Armstrong in this reality of the quantum field universe. In base form, I would definitely say that Captain Atom is in the Superman range, but when he gets like, he's one of those hacksy people to where he can jump tiers if he absorbs enough energy on certain occasions, like using other people's powers against them. By tapping into the quantum field in the astral plane, which allowed him to absorb people's power in his own world, around the world, that is. He kind of one-shot at this being known as Necron in his own dimension. Really cool feat on its own. It's actually crazy due to the history of Necron. He's kind of one of those characters where a lot of folks have considered him to be a universal level being or even the multiversal ranges, which is absolutely crazy. Like I said, Captain Atom can kind of jump tiers based on how much energy he can absorb to boost himself, amp himself, manipulating certain energies to his whim and things like that. That's what makes him really dangerous as an energy manipulator. He is kind of similar in power to entities known as the Ion. Necron is. Ion is the symbiotic willpower entity birthed from the green part of the emotional spectrum. He is the contrasting opposite of Parallax, the yellow entity of fear. Beings like Necron should be equivalent to this type of power, like one of the symbiotic willpower aspect type cosmic being type things, if that makes sense. Yet, Captain Atom was able to fight Necron, which is absurdity. There's this time Major Force, you remember this during the Batman Superman Public Enemies movie? One of my favorite movies because it had comic book art. Major Force was literally about to explode and Captain Atom had to absorb that energy.
Do you know what you've done?
I can absorb it.
Captain, I can't let you. This is the least I can do this.
Just in case you was wondering why that sequence looked familiar, I wish more movies would do comic book style, art style in animated movies. I guess it takes higher budget or they're just lazy or something. I missed this. Do y'all miss that? He can contain a lot of explosive enough to level different buildings, obviously, right, light work, within a 2-mile radius, something he should be able to do. He's even able to absorb the power of a nuclear warhead. He absorbs energy from the Magog Spear, which has nuclear level attack potency. Here's the 4 scans over here. Scan 1, scan 2, and that's how much impact he was able to endure. Respect his power. If it wasn't obvious by now, he does have gravity manipulation. He used this to fly. Oh, don't worry. I know you see him. I see Monarch too. Don't worry. Give me some time. He used it to fly, like gravity manipulation, being able to control the quantum field. That allows him to be able to fly. Yeah, that cool stuff. And yet another instance of gravity manipulation. He uses gravity manipulations to pull a city. Sucks the city right in, as he states here. Captain Atom's one of those people, without even going over his Monarch form, he can still jump to those Skyfather ranges if the right opportunity arises. He's kind of one of those characters that have limitless potential due to quantum nature and the quantum field. He has anti-magic protection and all that good stuff. But then the thing is, he can actually fight cosmic entities similar to power to characters like Ion because of his ability to absorb different aspects, to absorb energy, to boost himself, amp himself, control different forms of energy to his will, to really make him be able to match beings that would otherwise should be out of his range of power. And he could really boost him to the universal ranges of power, Skyfather ranges of power, and things like that, which makes him very dangerous and makes him able to jump tiers. Like, with him with prep time would be very scary. To really show his level of power in his base state, not only was he able to fly, but he can actually fly into a black hole with no damage, proving that he's in that black hole ranges of power, bare minimum in the base Superman ranges of power, easily. Battle feats are very important to determine how strong these characters are. Green Lanterns have shown star-busting-ish destroying feats. Green Lanterns can destroy planets with ease. I even have a Green Lantern video up to show some of that stuff. Able to endure multiple attacks from Green Lantern on multiple occasions. Always tell people how important battle feats are when it comes to determining a character's power. This is one of those occasions proven so, showing he can fight actual Green Lantern in a scuffle, that type of thing. His body can be able to absorb different forms of energy, and obviously he's bulletproof. But wait a minute, how fast is Captain Atom? Well, for one, it should be obvious how fast he is at this point. DC has a ton of fast beings, A few of them I've already shown, like Martian Manhunter's a fast being. He's already knocked out an alternate version of Martian Manhunter. That can be one implication of his speed. Not only that, he was able to scuffle with Green Lanterns, who are quadrillions or trillions of times faster than light, because they can fly to the center of the universe in literally a couple moments, or literally a panel. So that should prove that. But he has a few showings of his speed, a couple spoon-fed ones, not many spoon-fed ones, I would think. Bare minimum, we know he should be at the speed of light. Even stated here, I must be going over half the speed of light. Fly to Earth, obviously, right? Nothing new. Half the speed of light or speed of light in DC is like literally slow pokeness, and that's like nothing. He can tag speedsters like the Black Racer. Like, okay, this is one of the fastest beings in the universe. Remember the Dark Side War comic? This is the same being. He was able to react to him not once, but twice, showing his massively fast and light speeds, duh. He even states he can tag light speed. He can even catch up with rockets. Microsecond reaction time, something that should be light work for a character in his tier. Remember that being I said he was one of the fastest beings in the universe, Black Racer? I just literally showed Captain Atom tagging this guy. Well, this guy, you might know him to be familiar. He's definitely a speedster type character. He appeared in the Dark Side War in the New 52 era. He's the avatar of death in the DC Comics continuity. You probably remember him for doing this in the New 52 run. So this is the type of being this is a different version of him, but it's like he's one of those characters that exists outside of space and time. So it's like, did he really get retconned from the past? So it's like this feat should still be accurate, even though this happened in New 52, right? And Captain Atom was able to react to a being like this and react to his attack. So that's important for Captain Atom, being able to react to a being this fast. If all that stuff wasn't enough, he even has godlike strength via his battle feats, has proven it more than one occasion, not just his blast power or absorption abilities or energy manipulation, but his actual raw strength, punching power, striking power, kicks, attacks. All that type of stuff is strong, even his super strength. Tapping into the quantum power, he has quantum powered super strength. When it comes to powerhouse characters, a lot of people disrespect them when it comes to their actual skills. There was a time where he actually lost his powers for a little bit, and he actually fought Batman. Batman compliments Captain Atom on his actual fighting skills. Remember, he was in the army, so that makes sense, right? So he actually does have fighting skills and he's a powerhouse, right? Doesn't necessarily need fighting skills on a lot of occasions, but he does have them. A lot of people don't really recognize the fighting skills a lot of these powerhouses have. Captain Atom is no exception to this. Major Force, one of his major villains. Of course, he's knocked him out before. Raw power to carry helicopters, light work. He's consistently shown to be able to break, Green Lantern constructs. I showed this earlier. Here, he broke it out. He not only fought Green Lantern, but he broke out of his constructs, which have contained supernovas before, just in case you didn't know. Captain Atom is so powerful, he was able to supposedly destroy the helmet of an alternate version of Dr. Fate. I even have a full video about Dr. Fate if you want to see why that's impressive. Ta-da! He's even fought the man, the myth, and legend himself. There was a mind-controlled Superman that had the grip around Captain Atom. He was able to break the grip, harm the Man of Steel with his attacks, to be able to make him break the grip of the Man of Steel himself. That shows the level of power he's on. Definitely in the Superman ranges, consistently. This is probably one of the best inanimate object feats for him ever, considering that he lifted this thing that was kind of like an aspect, right? That doesn't make no sense, right? Okay, there was a stone created by the destiny of the endless. It's supposedly as heavy as the concept of pride. It states here, the book said, I am to be purged of the sin of pride by carrying a stone around the circumference of the mountain, a stone the size of my pride. He's literally carrying something the size of pride. Like, what is that? That's like an aspect weight. Like, that's like lifting the heavens or lifting time. Like, how do you lift up pride? Like, he's lifting the concept of pride up. How is that even possible? You know what I mean? Like, he has godlike strength. This is an incalculable level of strength, unfathomable type of strength. This feat reminds me of lifting the Book of Infinite Pages feat. You know the Superman feat where he lifted supposedly infinite weight? This feat reminds me of that type of feat. Like, that's absolutely ludicrous. To show how crazy and powerful he is, he actually does it for days, showing stamina on top of his power. So if you can lift something like this for days, that means it wasn't even your max. You know what I'm saying? It's like me lifting 200 pounds one time, and that's the best I could do. That's my max. But he's doing this for days, showing that it's not even his limit. The stamina, raw power, and consistency of his strength, godlike strength. Not to mention he's even KO'd Superman level beings like Mr. Majestic with blast power, showing his raw tech power. He was able to prevent a takeoff from a plane, light work. He's gotten a slug with his Firestorm. I showed this in my Firestorm video. This is a beast. The funny part is he actually kind of knocked the Firestorm Matrix out of Ronnie. Notice how he looks through the window of the building he punched him through. You see it up here? He punched him through a building, and then he looks for them, and he doesn't notice that they're right in front of them because they're not in their Firestorm form no more, right? That's funny. My best way to classify Captain Atom is like, okay, say his normal state where he's not manipulating quantum energy to make his powers or amp himself. I would say he's in the Superman ranges, right? But then unrestricted base form, you know, he can actually create his own universe, manipulating certain energies to his will and things like that, using the quantum energy to his advantage, like I showed you earlier with him creating his own universe. But then the mightiest version of him we all can agree on is the version of him known as Monarch Captain Atom. Probably his peak of his power. This dude is a ridiculously level. He's even up there with Skyfather like Superboy Prime. And yeah, let me get to that right quick. Let's go. Just a quick thing. Captain Atom can enter the astral plane at will. If he can absorb too much energy at once, he can even time jump. Other occasions of time jumping here, and here. It's consistent. Time jump. After the events of, you know how DC has like major events, after the events of Captain Atom are beginning, the storyline type of thing, he suffered a major attack from Anti-Monitor. His skin to actually be breached, and it was dangerous, so they had to put his body into something else. Put him into the Monarch armor to contain his energy. After all the events he suffered, this kind of like really showed his full potential, bloodlusted, full power Monarch. So all that stuff I just showed you was him kind of like with morals on. He kind of was like psychologically holding himself back. But when he really just says, forget it all, just F it all, I'm just gonna go ham. Like Monarch was born, like he becomes on some crazy levels of power that just don't make any sense anymore. This is where he accomplished some ridiculous level of feats that a lot of people wouldn't even realize that he could do. I swear the mental barriers in these characters, man, just ridiculous. Characters that would usually be a tough fight for him or like literally light work to him, like characters like Major Force, he just completely curb stomps him, absorbs his energy, defeats him, blah, 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 light work. He just destroys all of Bloodhaven, like just nuclear blasting, then destroying entire worlds, if we're being real, right? He kind of supposedly has his own realm he can teleport people to. Captain Atom is so insane, he can kill like a whole bunch of heroes. So powerful. Even notice how characters like Lobo are part of the pack. Notice that. Is that Aquaman I see? That Hawk Girl I see? He was so insane, he had like certain arena rules. He said if you break it, I'm just going to destroy North America, just because like really he can just produce that level of power. To show his level of power is truly another level, he was able to fight 3 Superman and curb stomp 3 of them, like including Red Sun one. Like just look at this. Like this is just messed up. He states here, I've become more than all of the Superman and all the entire multiverse combined. He's just on some drugs right now. He states here, I've chosen each of you from throughout the 52 universes. Oh, more team busting stuff. Not getting hurt at all by multiple Green Lanterns, fighting at the same time, all in the solar system ranges of a black tech power. It actually ruptured a piece of his helmet, but it actually backfired because it kind of killed him. It killed like 2 to 3 Green Lanterns, like one of them being majorly injured. Yeah, that didn't go well. He's so powerful to the point where even a Monitor blast, he was able to deflect the Monitor's blast and monitor a cosmic being. You know Anti-Monitor? Like, this is one of the Monitor's races, people, like a Monitor. Oh, another round of him fighting Superman type of characters, more than one Superman. It's either Red Sun and Superman. They're getting destroyed yet again. Guess they haven't learned their lesson. Team up attacks. Probably his most absurd feat, Monarch Captain Atom fought 50 Captain Atoms from different universes, all kinds of different Captain Atoms, all the different atoms. Yes, a wave of them. Treated them like they were complete light work and child's play. Goodness gracious alive. He got so powerful, he even proceeds to absorb in these beings to make his power even further. I mean, he was already in the Skyfather ranges, but this dude absorbed 50 Captain Atoms to amp himself. To amp himself even more. Now he got all this power. He even states it out of his mouth. He has quantum power is like the Big Bang itself. That's not an exaggeration considering what I'm about to show you. With this new power up, it was even implied that he was above Superboy Prime when he was amped too. So, man, this is absolutely insane. I have a full video about Superboy Prime. They actually getting a slugfest. It's one of the few times Superboy Prime actually struggles and can't really straight up defeat an opponent with ease. This new opponent known as Monarch Captain Atom. Absolutely ludicrous levels of power these guys are at. But then something happens where his containment is breached, and then just to prove that it wasn't a hyperbole about the statement that states right here, my quantum power is like the Big Bang itself. It's not a hyperbole, because when this happened, there was literally a universal-wide explosion that literally wiped out everything in the universe, even galaxies, even solar systems, even stars, even other stuff light years away, to where only the Monitor planet was left. So it was definitely not an exaggeration, guys. Well, guys, that's just about going to do it. Captain Atom is an absolute monster. Monarch kept the atoms in the Skyfather Rangers, or even slightly above it. His normal base self, that's not bloodlusted or full power being unleashed, full potential being unleashed, is still in the Superman Rangers at the bare minimum. He can even amp himself up depending on how he uses the quantum energies and stuff like that. He's just very versatile when it comes. He's very deadly, and yeah, he's somebody that shouldn't be slept on. One of the few people that implied to have an advantage over Superboy Prime himself, which is absolutely ludicrous considering what Prime can do. So basically, it should be no surprise that base form is Superman level at least, and that can even change the universal ranges, which is crazy when you think about it. But then you got the crazy form known as Monarch, where he just goes absolutely berserk, beating 50 atoms from other universes, absorbing their power to the point where he can overpower one of the few people that's actually above base form Superboy Prime, like before the Guardian Amp Superboy Prime, which is absolutely crazy when you think about it. Like, I have a full video about Superboy Prime to really add on top of this one as well, just in case you're curious about that, just to give you a visual picture of what I'm talking about. So hopefully this gives you a nice visual picture of how strong this character actually is. Do not disrespect Captain Atom. He's not always at Monarch levels of power, but what do you guys think? Put your comments down below. Let me know what you all think. If there's something major I missed, I hope I didn't miss nothing major. I really put a lot of work in this research and stuff like that. Check out those playlists for description stuff. Check out the playlist for more stuff like this, Superboy Prime video as well. A lot of other videos like this. I do a lot of videos like this. Just have a scroll through my channel and enjoy yourself on my channel. It's a lot of good content that you do not want to miss. But respect Captain Atom, and he should not be slept on no matter where you look at it.